About 30 years ago, can only accommodate 800. Akwayo kutoka Akwayo. Secondly, Your Excellency, there's a very small portion of a very small road that was unable to be completed before your time. It is called Akado Kamito Road, just 4.8 kilometers. It has now taken 6 years, just 4.8 kilometers, Your Excellency. We plead that you might find it, not just to complete it, but once it gets to a place of Assembly Bay, and you know Assembly Bay, Your Excellency, we've been there with you. When you continue now, past Luak, then you go to the Right Honorable's home. That's 11 kilometers. So we request not that you just complete the 4.8, but you now connect it, so that when you come to visit your friend, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, you can choose not to go through Ndori, but you go through Kalandin. Dakupa Munbe. Lastly, Your Excellency, is affordable housing. Your Excellency, in this constituency, we are yet to get any affordable housing. But I've spoken to PS Hinga, and I've requested that for us here, our top priority is accommodation for students. We are yet to get any affordable housing. But I've spoken to PS Hinga, and I've requested that for us here, you see, there's Agok campus of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. There's Bwaja TTC. And lastly, there's Nyakongo campus of the Kisumu National Polytechnic. Our humble request is, may you find it in your heart to prioritize building students' hostels as our form of affordable houses. Akwayo kutoka Akwayo. Secondly, I want to support Honorable Junet. And we want to assure you, Your Excellency, and the Right Honorable Prime Minister, that as one of those who crafted the Constitution, I fully support a situation where we realize the full fruits of devolution. And therefore, if things are stuck in the National Assembly, I will be the first to support Junet to unlock it. But we equally plead with you, Your Excellency, and the Right Honorable Prime Minister, that there's this other thing called CDF, NGCDF. Hii pia msitunyang'anye jameni. Hata ukiangalia hii shule, it is shining courtesy of CDF. I agree that members of parliament have no business involving themselves in the details of CDF, including construction. Lakini at the end of the day, CDF tokonyo kozo konyo. Uye no okonyo kozo kokonyo. Koro CDF to beda and manani, we have to be careful. We ensure that it is restricted to the functions of national government, and the member of parliament has no business dealing with it. Lastly, I want to apologize to you, Your Excellency. Only 2.5 years ago, we were adversaries because as an advocate and a senior counsel, I acted on instructions. I had my client, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, who instructed me through my leader, Senior Counsel James Orengo, to challenge your win. And we did challenge it, and you know that. And you know, when we are there, we are kind of different. We don't talk the way we are talking here. But the Supreme Court said that was all hot air. And we accepted. So, Your Excellency, we accepted, therefore, because we were saying the government would be Raila Amolo Odinga. But the Supreme Court said the government is William Samoei Ruto. Adir kozo kadir. Therefore, you are the government. I thank you for accommodating us in your government. And the distinction, therefore, is we are not the government, but we are in government, courtesy of your accommodation. We are in government because we have donated experts like Opio and I to work with you. And we thank you for that. Uwinjo kimawacho kuzu kuwinjo. Awacho ni ya. Kikngato wachni one A sirikal. Lakini one A sirikal. Uwinja kuzu kuwinja. And for that reason, we beg that you give a little leeway to Waziri Wandai, Waziri Mbadi, Waziri Askul, and others. Because in this region, we have suffered discrimination for 60 years. So Dr. Buru said that give everyone their due. But you know, if you get 2 children, one who is already full and the other is hungry, you can't give them equally. The one who's angry unapatia mingi kidogo by way of what's called affirmative action. So hata Wandai, Ambadi na wengine wakifanya affirmative action, Your Excellency, uangalie tu na macho ya upole. Awaje kutoka wacho. Allow me now to invite the governor of Siaya, His Excellency James Agri Orengo, to take over from here.
Hello? 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 Ero kamano, ero kamano. Ero kamano. Ero kamano. Now, we have a very short period and it is raining, so we want to make this bit as quickly as possible. And Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, Mama Karen and the family and the leadership that are here. Now it is my role to call upon a few people to speak, but I'll start by calling upon Honorable Wajackoya, 1 minute only, and then I'll call the governors.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, my Prime Minister, Honorable Raila Odinga, Governor Orengo, Governor Baraza, Governor Tróuble, Governor, my friend from Migori, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, and the area MP. This is the first time I'm meeting this man, Ruto, after the election. I wish you had called me before. Maybe stories would have been different. But let me take this opportunity to tell you that had I won the presidency, maybe I could have been the one talking here. But I congratulate you for your good work. The only thing I have to say, because I've been given 2 minutes, I will say 2 things. Number one, devolution. Governors are suffering. Governors do not have money. The monies have not been sent to these people. Governors are borrowing to pay their employees. Governors are really being faced with the problem of not paying contractors. Please release money for devolution. That devolution was brought by the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Secondly, I would like you, Mr. President, and I recognize you, I would like you that when you go back home today, I want you to think the way I would have thought if I was the president. Go and call Butere girls and their principal to State House, have tea with them. Tell them thank you, and then visit their school, harmonize relationship with the school kids. Otherwise, watoto wadogo saa hizi wanakuchukia because of the mistake that was done by your juniors. Correct them. You are my president. You have the sword of power, and you can lead the country if you have both of us. Madam George, it's George that made me closer to Jacom. There are some people who had blocked me, and I've stayed with Jacom in Britain. I've stayed with Jacom's family, including the sister in UK. But when I came back, there was that buffer zone. It is this man who made me see Jacom, and then we blossomed. Finally, Governor Orengo, Inosiepna. Orengo, you have played a big role in my education. Orengo, you have played a big role in democratization of this country. Orengo, you have played a big role in doing what you have. May I take this opportunity to go and sit down to thank Baba. If you did not do what you did, this country would have burned. But we don't want to burn this country, Mr. President. I want you to go and tell Farouk and group, waambie wakae chini. Because this country is bigger than them. You are my president. Then I'll come and have tea with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I'm privileged to call the governors to come here and introduce themselves. Time is not on our side. Can I start with the order in which you are sitting? Governor Baraza.
And I recognize you. Orengo, you have played a big role in democratization of this country. Orengo, you have played a big role in doing what you have. May I take this opportunity to go and sit down to thank Baba? If you did not do what you did, this country would have burned. But we don't want to burn this country, Mr. President. I want you to go and tell Farouk and group, waambie wakae chini. Because this country is bigger than them. You are my president. Then I'll come and have tea with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now it is my honor and privilege to call the governors to come here and introduce themselves. Time is not on our side. Can I start with the order in which you are...
For me to talk about George. But first let me begin by bringing condolences from Mama Aida, my wife, who cannot be here today because she's on a mission in Korea. That's why she's not here. George is a part of our family. And you see, it is now 10 years since we lost our first son, Fidel. And now George is gone. It's so painful indeed. If you say somebody is ready to take a bullet for you, George, I've known few people who can be as committed and dedicated like this young man. We have had, as they have said, a very difficult time. Sometimes George is a very cool person and very intelligent, very observant. You think he's a fool when he's next to you, but he's thinking very deeply. So when he comes and tell you, this place is not safe, let's get out, you must get out very quickly. So it is very painful indeed. George worked for me. He did not work for Jaramogi. Just very brief. Jaramogi was very brief around there. When we recruited George, we sent him for training to South Africa. And in South Africa he trained and was top of his class as a security officer. You can see his reports. Later on we sent him to Israel. Again he trained in Israel for 3 months on security. If you look at his reports, very, very, very exemplary. So he was a very highly trained officer. He even trained in the United States. He knows how to sense trouble. He feels it and he wants you. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. So we knew each other so closely, so well with George, and we've traveled around the world with him. Are there 7 continents? We've been with George to 5 continents, except Arctic and Antarctica. We've been all of those places. And he's so familiar with many other things. When you go to a place within a short period of time, he has moved around and he has scouted and know where the danger is. So it is painful. But the other people you've seen here, they call the veterans. Veterans, wasimami. Those people there. Hello? Veterans, fungeni mkono. These are the people who have been with us. There's very many. They are battle hardened. Asanteni sana. Ni hao watu ambao wamekuwa pamoja na George throughout all this period of time. So we have lost a son in our family. and we are very sad indeed. Mama Carol here has kept George. She has looked after George very well. George was all the time very smartly dressed when he comes to work. Thanks to Carol. Yeah. So I thank all of you for coming here today. Now today is not my day to make a long speech. I don't want to make a speech. But wacha niseme hivi. Kenya hii iko hapa na itabaki. Dunia ni daima, lakini binadamu haishi dunia daima. Kwa hivyo Kenya ni moja peke yake. Mpaka tulinde Kenya, na vile vile tubadilishe Kenya. Na Kenya italindwa na itabadilishwa na Wakenya, si mtu wengine. Kwa hivyo Wakenya mpaka wasimame pamoja. Yale ambayo hatutaki ni ubaguzi. Ubaguzi ya kijinsia, ubaguzi ya rangi, ubaguzi ya kikabila, ubaguzi ya huyu ni mzee, huyu ni kijana, huyu ni mama, huyu ni mlemavu, hatutaki. Tunataka kuunganisha Kenya wawe kama kitu kimoja. Hiyo ni muhimu sana. Pili, neno yangu ya pili, Junet yari amesema. Tulipigania kwa nguvu na dhati tupate katiba mpya. Kuna watu wengi ambao walikuwa hawataki katiba mpya. Sana sana walikuwa napinga sana mambo ya ugatuzi. Ugatuzi. Mmoja akatuambia ati watu wengine wanaitwa governors. To govern what? Kwa hivyo ugatuzi ilikuwa na maadui wengi zaidi. Ndio sababu kuna zingine ambayo hatukuweka. Kuna zingine ambazo ziko katika ile bomas ya kwanza draft, lakini haziko katika hii katiba ambayo tuko nayo sasa siku ya leo. Hii katiba is still work in progress. Lakini ugatuzi ilikuwa muhimu zaidi. But devolution is not working, but devolution is still not working properly. If devolution were allowed to work properly, you will see the fruits of devolution. Go to Germany and see how a devolved system works. Very, very efficient indeed. You know, we did not, for example, devolve education. But in most of devolved systems, education is devolved up to secondary school. The reason why we did not devolve devolution was because of NAT. NAT walipinga wakasema ati NAT itakufa kama devolution education is devolved. Tutamobilize walimu kupinga hii katiba. That's why we did not devolve education. But even if it's not devolved, Mr. President, it can be delegated. Some functions can be delegated. See, that is not need there. They opposed the devolution of education system. But even the other one, infrastructure. Your Excellency, I'm the one who was Minister for Roads and Public Works, came up and created these agencies, Kenha, Kura, and Kera. Because of the bureaucracy at that time, things were so centralized under the Minister of Education. The permanent secretary is the accounting officer. Things were very inefficient, were not working. So the World Bank